Hey, I'm Scott, and I am an American in Bangkok, Thailand. Living in Thailand, the real pros and cons, no BS about it. Living in Thailand sounds like paradise, right? Beaches, cheap food, warm weather, relaxed lifestyle. What is not to love? That's the dream that so many people have. And that's usually what people think when they first get here. But what is the reality? And the truth is, Thailand is not for everyone. For every guy who finds peace, like me, sipping coffee in a coffee shop in Bangkok, or maybe it's a quiet island, wherever it is. There's another guy stuck in a visa nightmare or paying double what the locals pay just to get basic services. And you've probably seen these YouTube videos hyping up life here, showing the street food, the wonderful street food, and it is quite good, but, sometimes. The condos, the rooftop pools, the amenities and the sunsets, especially over the Andaman Sea, but they leave out some of the uncomfortable truths. Now, I've lived here for over 30 years, and if you think I don't know a thing or two just from being here, you'd be wrong. I've seen quite a bit. I don't want to say I've seen it all because, nobody's seen it all. But I've seen the good, the bad, and the downright ridiculous. And in this video, I'm going to break it down. I'm going to break down the real pros and cons of living in Thailand, not from a tourist's perspective, but from someone who's lived here for long enough to cut through the fantasy and tell you the truth. So let's get into it. Now, first of all, before I do get into it, I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok, and I've been living in Thailand for the past 30 plus years. If you like this video, do me a favor. I ask you, click like and subscribe if you have not already done so. If you'd want to contact me, maybe you want to contact me, send me a message, ask me a question or whatever. You can do so by emailing at anamericaninbangkok@gmail.com. Also, if you need a consultation, a paid consultation, just email me at anamericaninbangkok@gmail.com. All right, so let's get into it. First of all, I saw a video earlier today where a guy's bragging about his luxury condo. Now, what I'll say about the condo is it's tiny. And he's paying about $780, something like that. And he's bragging about this, which, listen, it's only money. Maybe the guy's really well off. I don't know. But if you want, you can get a lot cheaper. And you can get a house really for almost half that price. We live in a townhouse. It's about $200 a month. 3-bedroom, 2-bath. We got a family of 4 living here. We got a garage. We got, everything we need here. We have it. And that's the reason why we haven't gone and bought a house, because we don't want to pay more when we're like, wait a minute, we're not paying that much. Why not just sock away the money? But anyway, rent outside of Bangkok or the tourist hotspots, like I said, they can be pretty cheap. You can get a house for 10,000, 15,000 baht. You're going to need somebody who speaks Thai, and they will help you. You can get a condo for maybe 10,000 baht, 12,000 baht. I mean, all over the place if you really want to look. You don't have to pay 20, 25,000, 30,000. You do that if you want to do it. And it's your money. You can do what you want, and that's what I'll say. Now, street food, really about $2, $3 a meal. A haircut for about 100 baht. Somebody like me, I used to go get my haircut, and it was, at the time I started, it was 50 baht. Then it was 70 baht, and I got a shave and a haircut for 70 baht. Then it went up to 100. In some places it's 100, 150. And in places down on Suwon, it could be 700 to 1,000 baht. It's crazy. The water bill, my water bill is about 450 baht a month. And that's the thing. If you're living with a family, you're going to pay a bit more for utilities. If you cook, if you live like a local, it doesn't have to be a poor local. and you don't try to replicate your Western lifestyle tit for tat, your money can go quite far. But if you move to Bangkok and you start eating out at Italian restaurants and staying in luxury condos, you're going to burn through cash like you're living in LA. And you may say, and I've seen this quite a bit, oh, I paid $2,800 in San Francisco. Well, San Francisco is quite expensive. If you live in Mississippi or you live somewhere else, maybe it's in the Midwest, you're not going to pay that much. You're going to pay a lot less. So if you look at it from the standpoint of someone in the Midwest, and you say maybe in Thailand you're going to pay a third or two-thirds of what they're paying, well then, hey, you might be getting a deal, right? You want to live better for less. You don't want to have to go and spend big money. And I mean, to some people, big money is $500 for an apartment. To me, I'm like, listen, why would I want to stay in an apartment when I can get a house? I can walk around. I have freedom. There's nobody around. I don't hear anybody next door. None of that. But to each his own, right? Okay, excellent health care. This is a pro. Excellent health care at a fraction of a price. We got the lower cost of living. We understand if you really want to live on the cheap, you can do so. But with health care also, you can live you can use it and it's at a fraction of the price back in the United States, depending on the procedure. But generally, private hospitals are very clean, very efficient, and full of English-speaking doctors, well-trained doctors. You can get an MRI the same day. Dental work is maybe a third to a half the price in the U.S. And if you have insurance or pay out of pocket, you still are going to come out way ahead. Some of the best hospitals in Asia are here, Bumrungrad, Samitivech, and Bangkok Hospital. You're not going to go broke getting sick here if you have health care. And if you don't have health care, well, it depends on the procedure. You might go broke here. But anyway, okay, you're going to get the tropical lifestyle and natural beauty here, the island life, the mountain retreats, the beach towns, the rice paddies. There's something here for everyone, and that's what I really like about Thailand. There are things that I don't like, but there are things that I really like, and one of the things I like is you can get whatever you want here. You can go to Koh Mak, and you can go to the hills of Chiang Rai. You can go to Krabi, wherever it may be. And listen, for the most part, I only wear shorts when I go out. I wear a pair of shorts, flip flops, t-shirt. Maybe I wear some shoes, some tennis shoes, or whatever, trainers, whatever you want to call them. Maybe once in a while I do that, but for the most part, I am very laid back here. I have a very laid back lifestyle. The visa variety. Now, as much as people complain about visas, there are more visa options than people realize. And like Vietnam doesn't have a retirement visa. Okay, Cambodia has a good system set up, but that's for now. Talk to me in 5 years and see where their visa system is. See if they don't ask for proof of income. See if they're just charging $290 a year. I don't know that they will be, but they may. But still, Thailand has a good set of options in place. And you may think it's a pain in the neck or whatever, but you got to go through red tape no matter where you are. And if you are over 50 and you have a modest income and you put 800,000 baht in the bank, if you can do that, very easy to stay here. If you want to get an education visa, you can learn Thai here and stay here. If you're married to a Thai, you can stay here. And then if you have a little chunk of change, you can put it down on an elite visa. So you have some options and you have backup plans. All right, number 5. Haven't been counting these, but number 5. Freedom to live how you want. Thailand is not the West. There's no cancel culture, knock on wood. No one cares if you wear pajamas to 7-Eleven. I just saw a girl today wearing pajamas with her boyfriend, and I'm like, oh my God, but okay, whatever. You want to wear pajamas? Fine. You want to drink a beer at 9 a.m.? Nobody's going to complain. Nobody's going to bat an eye. You can be yourself here as long as you're not a total jackass and you don't harm anybody. You can breathe, but just don't push your luck. All right, number 6, expat communities for every lifestyle. Digital nomads are in Chiang Mai, retirees in Hua Hin, weirdos, maybe weirdos in Pattaya, surfers in Phuket and like Khao Lak. You can find people that you click with, and if you don't, you just look for other people or you move to another province or whatever. But there's something here. There is a niche here for everyone. All right, now let's get into the cons, because that's always good. Number one, you're always going to be a foreigner. You will never be Thai. It's very hard to, well, I wouldn't say it's very hard, but it can be difficult to qualify for citizenship. There is an insane amount of red tape. And if you want to get permanent residency, okay, good luck. You can, but it is a little difficult. And you have to put your time in here. You have to pay your taxes. You have to do a lot of things. So, you will never be one of them. No matter, even if you do become a Thai citizen, you will not be one of them ever. You're always on shaky ground when it comes to visa insecurity and rule changes. This is number two of the cons. Some years they crack down on long stayers. Other years they ease up. If you're not married, retired, or wealthy, you're walking a tightrope. For those people who are like, I'm just going to come in on a tourist visa and I'll be okay. Nowadays, I don't know, but you're going to be okay. If you screw up your visa or you overstay, you could be blacklisted, and one bad policy change can ruin your life. And that is something that concerns everyone. Okay. Number three, two-tiered pricing and racism. It does exist. You see dual pricing at national parks, hospitals, and more. And while I get the Thai prices sometimes, I don't always. And, sometimes you're going to pay 5 to 10 times the amount that a Thai pays. If you speak Thai and push back, sometimes, and that's what I do, I just say, hey, I've been here this long, blah, blah, blah. I got 2 kids. And sometimes they go, come on, you come in. But many times, probably I'd say 1 out of 3 times, 1 out of 4 times they'll allow me in, and I won't have to pay extra. But then the other times, sorry. So you can't have a thin skin here. You're going to have to, tough it out. Corruption and incompetence. Bribes, favors, and double standards, well, they are the norm. If you get pulled over, you might pay 200 baht or 500 baht or whatever it is and go on your way. Government offices, well, sometimes you're not going to get a straight answer from 2 separate people. Listen, even if you go to a bank, sometimes you're going to go to one bank and the guy's going to tell you this. You might talk to another employee and you're going to hear something different. You go to another bank and they're telling you something totally different. So you need patience and street smarts to navigate through the corruption and incompetence. Things work, but it's not like it used to be. And to me, it used to be easier, but that was 30 years ago. That was then. This is now. Okay. Number 5, pollution, burning season, and infrastructure gaps. Chiang Mai becomes toxic every March with smoke from the crop burning. Bangkok's traffic and PM 2.5 levels are brutal at times. Public transportation outside Bangkok, well, it's a bit difficult, but if you learn the way that things work here, you'll be able to get around. But they're nowhere near as good as in Bangkok, okay? Paradise, if you want to call this paradise, Thailand paradise, it does have its share of problems, okay? Number 6, language barrier and cultural gaps. If you don't learn Thai, you are handicapped, and I've said this so many times. And my Thai, I don't think my Thai is all that good, but I think it's good enough, and that's what really counts. You will miss out, you'll be taken advantage of, and you will be isolated if you don't speak the language. Cultural misunderstandings can be embarrassing or worse. I've had a few in my life, and usually the Thais just laugh, and then I go, what happened? And then I find out, and I go, oh, geez, I shouldn't have said it that way, or I should, And so the Thais don't generally confront you directly, and problems kind of get buried. But you need to learn Thai, it's just my opinion, and you can believe me or not. You learn Thai and you get in a little bit better with the Thais, especially if you speak pretty decent Thai. you will get in with the Thais because you can joke around with them. You can speak their language. All right. Number 7, we talked about the low cost here, but it is not cheap anymore. Prices have gone up. Inflation is still pretty low. It's only about 2% on average. But rents are rising, especially in the big cities. Now, imported goods are expensive. The cheap Thailand from 20, 30 years ago are fading. And if you're not flexible, well, I'm not going to buy that brand because I don't like it. Well, the other brand might have gone up in price, and you're like, oh, well, what am I supposed to do? So, don't come here broke. That's one thing. Don't come here with a minimum of income, minimum of savings, and don't come here with unrealistic expectations. All right, so should you move to Thailand? And that really depends on who you are and what you're looking for. If you want to escape the rat race, if you want to escape the rat race, and simplify your life, and you've got a steady income, well, you can absolutely make Thailand work for you if you have a bit of patience. But if you're chasing a fantasy, you want that subservient Thai girl, and you want everything, you got $500 a month, and you think you're going to live like a king, you're going to be in for a rude awakening. Thailand really does not. I've said this before. Thailand doesn't care about you or your dream. It will take your money, give you a smile, and you got to figure everything else out. And if you don't, it's going to chew you up and spit you out. You've got to be mentally tough. You've got to be adaptable and not afraid to be uncomfortable sometimes. Sometimes you got to go outside of your comfort zone. I've been told before by many, many people, I'm walking down the street and they're all looking at me. And listen, just get over it. Because after a while, you start walking and they can tell by your demeanor that you've been here a long time. Maybe they get to know you or whatever. And then there's no problem, And there's not a problem even if they are looking at you. But if you are resourceful and respectful, then Thailand will reward you. But it also punishes the lazy and the entitled and the clueless. So if you want real freedom, it is here in Thailand, but it comes with a bit of responsibility. So anyway, that's all I have. Remember to smash the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you'd like to show your support for the channel, you can do so by clicking that join button down below the video window and becoming a VIP member for as little as $1.99. Don't forget, you can send me a message. You can use any of the methods down below in the description. Cash App, Patreon, buy me a coffee. Everything's down there. I got all those. I wish there was just one, but there's not. So anyway, that's all I have. So for now, I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. I'll talk to y'all later. Chok di leo jerkan mai. That's good luck, and see you again. Take care.